Namaste and welcome back to Timira Samhari, the soul of Bharat. This video is not a one-day itinerary. Mysuru is the city I've explored over multiple visits, and in this guide, I'm bringing together the attractions that travelers most often ask about and what each place is known for, how much time to keep, and which destinations I personally feel should be prioritized if your time is limited. If you enjoy paintings, traditional Mysore art and vintage musical instruments, and royal era facts, Jagan Mohan Palace and Art Gallery is an excellent cultural stop. It offers a beautiful glimpse into the artistic heritage of old Mysuru. You can spend about an hour here, and next comes the most important thing, the Mysuru Palace. The present Mysore Palace, also known as Amba Vilas Palace, is one of the most significant royal residences in India. The original palace of the Wadiyar dynasty was a wooden structure, but it was destroyed in a fire during the royal wedding celebrations in the year 1897. The current stone palace was commissioned by Maharani Regent Kempe Nanjammanni Devi, and its construction began in 1897 under the architectural guidance of the British architect Henry Irwin. The palace was completed in 1912 and later received additional refinements under the Wadiyar rulers. For centuries, it served as the royal residence of the Wadiyar dynasty, and today it stands as a living symbol of Mysuru's royal heritage, artistic excellence, and cultural grandeur. If you visit, don't just enter the palace, also spend time in the palace park, courtyards, and exterior viewpoints. The illuminated palace in the evening is truly unforgettable. And during Dashera, which is the state festival of Mysuru, the entire city is mind-blowing. The next place is Srirangapatna, which is the place where history and spirituality exist side by side. This is 16 kilometers away from Mysuru Junction. You can take a train or you can go by KSRTC bus. It hardly takes 30 to 40 minutes to reach this place. KSRTC buses would stop right in front of this Adi Ranganatha temple. At its heart lies the Ranganatha Swami temple, dedicated to Lord Vishnu in the reclining form of Ranganatha. This temple is an important part of the sacred Pancharanga Kshetras along the river Kaveri. Devotees associate Srirangapatna with Adi Ranga, while Madhyaranga is at Shivanasamudra and Antyaranga is at Srirangam in Tamil Nadu. The temple is especially significant for the followers of Sri Vaishnava tradition, and the spiritual atmosphere around the island town is deeply felt. Srirangapatna became the capital of Mysuru kingdom under Hyder Ali and reached its peak during the reign of Tipu Sultan, who ruled from 1782 to 1799. The elegant Darya Daulat Bagh or Tipu Sultan's summer palace was completed at around 1784 and is famous for its teak wood architecture, painted interiors and floral designs, and the battle murals. As you explore the fort walls, Bengaluru Darwaza, Delhi Darwaza, and other historic gateways, you can still sense the strategic importance of this island fortress during the Anglo-Mysore Wars. What makes Srirangapatna truly special is that within the same fortified town, you can experience both the royal legacy of Tipu Sultan and the sacred presence of Sri Ranganatha Swami, making it a destination that appeals equally to history enthusiasts and spiritual travelers. If you want to explore only the Srirangapatna temples and the nearby spiritual attractions, you should spend somewhere around 2 hours. And if it is a peak season, have a buffer of hour at the temple for darshan. And the Darya Daulat fort, it will take somewhere around 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So you can prioritize your visit accordingly as per your interest. The next spiritual destination is the iconic landmarks of Mysuru, Chamundi Hills. Sri Chamundeshwari temple is a powerful Shakti Pitha where goddess is revered as the protector of Mysuru. Along with its spiritual significance, the hill also offers the best panoramic view of the entire city. Early morning is especially rewarding if you prefer a peaceful darshan and a serene atmosphere. But mind you, the rush is always heavy, huge. If you go during the morning hours, you can just complete the darshan in about half an hour to 1 hour. But soon after 8 am, the rush hugely increases. So, at any time during the year, I suggest you have a buffer time of at least 2 to 3 hours to complete this visit. And if it is during the festive seasons or during Dashara, which is the state festival time of Mysuru, the darshan will take even the entire day. Next comes the Vontikuppal Balaji temple, which is in the heart of the city. It is a beautifully maintained temple dedicated to Lord Venkateshwara. The idol here is similar to that of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam Balaji, and its calm ambience and relatively less crowded setting makes it an excellent stop for the devotees seeking a quiet and focused darshan experience within the city, and it hardly takes 15 to 20 minutes to complete the darshan until unless it is a Saturday. On Saturdays, the queue line extends up to half kilometer from the temple towards the road, so the darshan may take 2 to 3 hours. Next comes one of the most unique experiences in Mysuru, Sri Ganapati Sachidananda Ashrama, popularly known as Dattapeetham. The ashram complex is exceptionally serene and houses a stunning Balaji temple and many other temples whose architecture and spiritual ambience are truly mesmerizing. Adjacent to it is Shukavanam, a remarkable parrot sanctuary with hundreds of varieties of parrots and exotic bird species. Mobile phones are not allowed in this sanctuary, primarily to minimize the disturbance and possible radiation exposure to the birds. Visitors who wish to take photographs can use the authorized photography service available within the premises. And for bird lovers, families, and children, this is one of the most delightful attractions in Mysuru. You can even have the parrot seated on your shoulders or your hands and have a beautiful picture captured at the minimal rate. And this amount that is charged is only used for the feeding of the birds here. And please note the timings here in order not to disturb their ecological balance. This Sukavanam is closed at 5:30 p.m. where all the birds retire for the day. So one can plan accordingly and have the Sukavanam visit first and then have the temples visited around later in the evening. The Balaji temple here is worth watching. If you want to cover both Sukavanam and the temples here, you need to spend at least 3 to 3.5 hours of time. And if you want to visit only one part, which is Sukavanam, it takes 1.5 hours. And the temples alone may take another 1 to 1.5 hours. If I had to choose one temple around Mysore that combines history, architecture and deep spiritual significance, it would be Sri Nanjundeshwara temple at Nanjangud, which is an hour away from Mysuru. KSRTC operates buses from its city bus terminus in Mysuru to Nanjangud, and there is no direct train facility here. This temple is more than 1,000 years old and is often referred to as Dakshina Kashi, the Kashi of the South. Lord Shiva is worshipped here as Nanjundeshwara, meaning the one who consumed poison. The name is connected to the legend of Lord Shiva drinking the hala hala, poison during the churning of the cosmic ocean to protect creation, that is during the Kshira Sagara Madhana. The temple is especially famous for its massive Dravidian Gopuram, extensive stone corridors, ancient inscriptions, beautifully carved pillars, and the magnificent temple chariot displayed outside. Located on the banks of the Kapila River, the temple carries a timeless spiritual atmosphere that is felt the moment one enters the complex. For pilgrims, architecture enthusiasts, and anyone interested in the South Indian heritage, Nanjangud is absolutely a priority destination and not an optional add-on. The typical time required to explore this place is 1 to 2 hours. Next comes Mysuru Rail Museum, which is one of the most enjoyable attractions for families and children. With a minimal ticket price, along with the vintage locomotives, royal coaches, steam engines, signaling equipment, and the railway history exhibits, the museum also has a mini train ride that children usually love. It is interactive, educational, and much more engaging than a typical static museum. A recent addition is the restaurant that follows an no onion and no garlic concept, and the food here is generally worth trying if you are spending time within the museum complex. One can easily spend 1 to 2 hours time here without getting bored or noticing the time. And if you have kids, they would love playing in the children park area for hours together. Even if you have never visited Mysuru, you have probably seen Brindavan Gardens on screen. For decades, classic Bollywood movies and countless South Indian films featured songs that shot amidst these illuminated fountains, terraces, and symmetrical gardens. The musical fountain show in the evening remains the main attraction and is best experienced after sunset. If you're planning a longer stay, you can also add Mysuru Zoo, one of the India's oldest and best maintained zoological parks, and the nearby birding zones around the Kaveri region for nature enthusiasts. We have seen a white peacock in the Mysuru Zoo. What makes Mysuru truly special is its balance. Within a relatively small radius, you can experience royal grandeur, ancient temples, Vaishnava and Shaiva traditions, Shakti worship, art galleries, wildlife, museums, and peaceful spiritual spaces. If a traveler has only one full day in Mysuru, my personal priority order would be Mysuru Palace, and then Sri Ranganatha Swami Temple at Srirangapatna, Chamundi Hills, and Nanjundeshwara Temple at Nanjangud. These 4 destinations together offer the most complete experience of Mysuru's royal heritage, spiritual depth, historical significance, and classical South Indian architecture. In the upcoming videos, I'll be sharing some other detailed guides on selected spaces. If this travel guide helped you plan your Mysuru tour journey, do like, share, and subscribe to Timira Samhari, the soul of Bharat. Until our next exploration, Namaste.